Hey guys, I have a quick share. This is a I guess I call it a box journal, and it has the front and back covers, and then it has a little insert inside, and then inside the insert is the journal. I have used some digital prints, some vintage photos. We have some lace, some creepy cloth, some cheesecloth, and they have been rust stained or rust dyed, however you want to look at it. I have used the rusty hinge, walnut stain, and then I used salvage patina to grunge up this book. And I used the inks and the oxides, and I've used them to stain the seam binding. So let's get started here. We have two different digital prints here. A vintage photo, and here I have the stained rusted papers. We have lace, creepy cloth, cheesecloth, and then the paper line I used was from the Blue Fern, and it's a few years old, so it's an older one. And so this is the front, and then on the back, again, you can see this paper was really bright, so I used these stains and everything to rust it up, make it look rusty. And then, when you open it, and it is a 6 by, I believe it's 4 3/4 journal, and in here is the this is the closure that I was talking about, the insert. And I have stained it up, used my scoreboard to score the sides so that when it turns or when you bend it, it doesn't break the pages. And I've used a printable here, some lace, some cheesecloth, some creepy cloth, some rusted paper that I rusted, and then an old vintage photo. And that was that blemish was on the photo, so I went ahead and used it because I thought it was pretty cool for this. And then opening up here on this side, again, the rusted papers, the lace, cheesecloth, creepy cloth, a digital print here, and then this photo was too wide, so I cut it up and kind of put it layered here on the on this flap. And then you open this up, and these two flaps are connected to the front and back cover, and I'll show you here. We have this flaps. Again, I've used my scoreboard and scored along the edges to get them to turn without bending. And there's that section, and then there's this one here I just showed you that holds the journal, and again scored on the edges. And there, I just really love the way that this paper took that ink real well. And so there's that goes in there. And then here's the journal. It is a one signature journal, and I'm going to open it and show you this laying out flat, because this paper was a piece of cardstock that I used as when I would stain or use my sprays or my pads. I put this piece of paper down and did everything on it, so it kind of has a random pattern that looks really well. And I did take the rusty hinge ink pad and kind of go in some places where the white was really coming through to take that white out. And then I went around it with the walnut ink, and as you can see, I really like the way those inks worked on this cardstock. It's one signature, and we have rusted cheesecloth, creepy cloth, lace, and this is a rusted like a little button. And on the inside cover, I used a piece of packing paper that was sent to me in a package, and it wasn't tissue paper. It was a little thicker than tissue paper, and I rust stained it along with my papers and that. And again, I used the rusty hinge ink pad to kind of take out a few. There was some like white spots that were showing through, and so I just kind of rubbed that over it. And so, and all these pages have been coffee stained, and then I use my sprays and my ink pads throughout all these papers. And so on this first page we have a digital print, and then again the cheesecloth, the creepy cloth, and some lace. Here we have another little printable with a little snippet here of the lace, the creepy cloth, the cheesecloth. And on this page here, there was a tear in this page, and I didn't really want to tear it off, so I took some brown paper and made it look like a rust spot, and attached it here so that that tear, you couldn't see that tear. But I left a little piece here to make it look like that rust had started to, the metal was starting like to break. And then here I made a little tuck spot, a vintage photo of a little girl, a Tim Holtz paper clip, or not a paper clip, but a little clip, and then a rusty tag. And again, that brown paper with a piece of the rusted lace. And then on the opposite side, I made a tuck spot with a little snippet here of the lace and the cheesecloth, the creepy cloth, and the brown paper. And then here is a photo, a vintage photo. Again, I have left several pages blank because the paper turned out so good. I didn't want to cover everything up. So we made a tuck spot here with the lace and the creepy cloth, cheesecloth, and a brown paper. And there's another vintage photo that just tucks right up in there. A printable. And then we have several pieces of lace, creepy cloth, and cheesecloth. Another tuck spot with a vintage photo. And the snippet is a digital print. And then the lace and the creepy cloth and the cheesecloth. And here's the center. And over here I have a pocket with another one of those clips, a vintage photo, and a tag. And I've used the cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and the lace. Here's another little tuck spot, and I just love the way this lace, it's a vintage lace to begin with, but it rusted so well. And then we have creepy cloth, cheesecloth, and then another photo, vintage photo, that I attached to this printable and attached it to that page. We have a tuck spot over here with a vintage photo. And the snippet is the brown paper, cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and rusted lace. And on this page here, I've left this one blank, and we have a little film strip printable, and the lace, a couple of pieces of lace, cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and 3 different photos. And they are vintage photos. And then we have another little tuck spot here. And there's a vintage photo, brown paper, the rusted cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and lace. And then here's another tuck spot and a vintage photo. And it's the brown paper, the cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and lace. And here on the back, this back page, I've just made a little snippet. And we have the rusted paper, brown paper, lace, cheesecloth, creepy cloth, and there's the back cover. And this paper was so pretty after being rusted in that. I just didn't want to put a lot of decorations in this, but I think it turned out really pretty anyways. And then to put this all back together, we'll just tuck this in here. And then we have this, and you can tuck it like this, or it can be tucked in like I had it, which is I think it looks better because it presents better with the decorations on the front. And then it just ties. So, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And I will be back shortly again with another video. I have one more vintage journal that I'll be sharing with you. And if you're not a subby, please sub. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your week. Bye. See you soon.